3 minutes, bro.
There you go. Alright, so welcome everybody to another Duck Soup Gaming League game. This is the second game of the season, first week, on the map CP Snakewater. Who do we got, Panksters?
We got a lot of people. Over on the Highlander side, we're going to have Pyroon on the Pyro, Argon Helium as their medic, Binosync and Nefsi as soldier, Leviderp as their scout, their soul scout that is, and Pizza Guy on the Demo Man.
Alright, starting with the action right off the bat, we see Poop taking a dump on the other team a little bit, getting the upper hand right now with 2 kills. This is right immediately after the Love and War update to some of the weapons, so Demo Man stickies have been nerfed, and that is fully in effect for this game. Oh, big jump in here from the medic, from the soldier, takes out the medic.
Argon Helium going to go down.
Poop Trove did go down as a result of that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the meta changes to the Demo Man coming out of this update. As we already see, we do have Charging Targe Demo Knights on both sides, and the important note to make here is they are still rocking those pipe bomb launchers. So what I'm thinking here is, are we going to see a lot more pipe bombs? Hell yeah. Are we going to see a lot more people getting decapitated? Most likely.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot more spamming coming from demos, but they're going to have a harder time than soldiers, and we're going to see a lot of damage drop from demos and overall. We might consider demomen because they're losing their sticky jump ability, and they're also going to lose a lot of their damage from the sticky bombs in period. We might see them kind of relegated similar to situation as heavies, where they can do big damage, but they're not as flexible as they used to be. Which, you know, one of the reasons why Demoman was used in 6s to such great extent is because of their high mobility and high damage output. That said,
it's fair to say there's a large percentage of the community here that would argue that the sticky bomb launcher was already in need of a nerf. It basically dominated competitive. And to see that nerf finally come out and to see how the community is going to react to it, I mean, is it going to be revoked? Is it going to be undone? We don't know yet. And obviously in the background, Poop's going to be taking round 1 here against Highlander.
Huge. Poopin' huge. It's interesting that Turnip is using the skull, which I think is just a normal reskin of the bottle.
Yeah, that is correct, I believe.
Yeah, demo nerf is seriously long overdue. I do agree with Attrition in the chat there. Heavy nerf also, I think, was probably well deserved. Pyro nerf for the extinguisher, you know,
well, the extinguisher
is necessary. It's partially necessary, but I feel like other classes might have deserved a look before that. Even
it's not everything, though. That's the fair thing to say about the extinguisher. It's not the whole class of pyro.
It's
so
true.
A nerf to that,
and a reason to use a power jack might be really good too.
Nerf to do something other than the extinguisher. I mean, that's kind of been Valve's concept coming out of the recent balance patches, was trying to figure out which items are overused and get them to be used less.
Yeah. Pyroon, as I mentioned before, is going to have a very difficult time trying to be useful here with the demos using the Targe, which basically nullifies their effect, and also the fact Pyroon is still running the extinguisher, or rather the Postal Pummeler, which was basically the same weapon, but that has been nerfed. And yeah, without any easy targets to flare, he's not going to have an easy time doing work as he did before. Although he can still air blast, but he's not in a position to do so right now. Charge comes on in, big jump on the heavy, just shotguns in the butt, but the heavy's staying up thanks to the medic, and he is fully doing damage at this point. It's going to ream everybody. Medic tries to get the last point, but it does go down.
That's going to be a full team wipe there for Poop, and I was going to say, like, right now, Poop is kind of dominating this match. They've done a very good job of controlling mid, controlling the second point, and they just had this wipe on the final point, obviously. I can't say I expected this going into this match.
Well,
Highlander has a very strong team. Their stats look pretty good across the board, and to see them just kind of failing right here is... I mean, I wasn't expecting it.
I bet you is 100% the demo nerf. Binosync, you see, has swapped over. He's doing Scout now, actually, but he was heavy before, and he was doing a lot more damage as heavy than he did in that first round as Demo Man. He switched over to Scout now, which is another one of his very strong classes, and I think double Scout, double Soldier is definitely what things are going to be moving towards, because both classes are relatively untouched by the new meta changes, and in fact, Scout has been buffed. Will be doing ridiculous amounts of damage. Pyro, you know, with the power jack does move a little bit faster, but I don't think it's going to be as useful. I wouldn't mind seeing some engineer play, some sniper play, even some heavy and whipping.
I think it'd be realistic to say that we're going to see a lot more off-classing is what this is going to push towards. Without that guaranteed demo man, you suddenly have other things that you can use. And indeed, two soldier, two scout, and then off-class between that. Yeah, demo's still strong, but as Scary said, a lot of its DPS has been nerfed without that sticky bomb as their primary weapon.
And also the mobility. The mobility is huge. Being able to, cause, with the sticky jumps,
well, you can still use it.
Well, sticky jumps, if you're not using the sticky launcher, you switch over to charge and stuff like that, you're not going to be as fast as you used to be, because with the sticky jump, Demo Man was the fastest class. On rollouts, demos will always hit mid first, but that's no longer the case. So that's going to be a huge detriment to the Demo Man class in general. But following what the chat is saying here, yeah, I definitely don't think that Demo Man is going to be allowed a 2-off class. We're going to stick to the decisions made at the start of the season.
I think the end-all
solid defense by Poop here on second.
Okay. But I think the end-all be all that we're overlooking is it's not like it's removing the sticky launcher from play at all. Realistically, it's just making it so the Demoman can't use it as their primary weapon anymore. They can still use it for traps, they can still use it for things other than just sticky bomb dueling with people, and the end-all be-all is if they want to use sticky bombs, they still absolutely can for the mobility, and they just have to use it for sticky traps instead of for shooting people in their feet and instantly killing them.
So Turnip is using Scottish Resistance here now. Does anybody know if the damage ramp-up applies to the Scottish Resistance as well, or is it just the sticky launcher?
It does, but the Scottish Resistance rather had 2 seconds charge time anyway before you can det the stickies, so it has no effect.
Right, and the benefit of using the Scottish Resistance is that you can highlight and detonate different areas, although you can't really blind det or turn around det. And it'll also make sticky jumping a little bit trickier, but it will return the mobility back to... Oh, there you go. Nice pop there on Pizza Guy. Does take him out.
As I say, it's not like it's removing sticky bombs at all. It's just making it so you can't use them to kill people instantly from 2 feet away.
Right, you got to do more trapping style, which is what the demo class was originally designed to be. So returning back to as designed for TF2, I guess.
Some would argue that Valve fucked up in that second beta patch when they nerfed the pipe bomb and buff the stickies, but that's another point.
So Poops making an approach here onto second, trying to look for a room to get into, whether it be the saw room or the kitchen. Pyroon upstairs in the saw room, trying to watch any jumpers, might try to take the window here. Some action going on outside, forces Poops back to the midpoint, and Pocket goes down. He's just a scout. I thought that was the meta for a second there.
Charge gets popped on Highlander here. They're slowly making their way through connection. And
the Uber fades before they even pop out, and Medic's going to retreat. Pyroon is going to try to block the retreat pathway. Does set one guy on fire, but he is extinguished, and the Uber pop goes here. Rockets comes out, does take him out. And
a nice flank by Sails.
Yeah, Scout's already capping the point. Medic goes down. Full team wipe on Highlander side.
We should see the Scouts running back immediately. Actually, we're not going to see that because the spawns are coming up. Double heavy! Double heavy!
Is that loud? I thought we nerfed to 1 heavy.
Yeah, you're allowed 1 heavy.
Okay. Oh, I guess he was respawning, and then the other guy respawned first, so he couldn't get to that class.
Well, they were both alive at one point, but it looks like he switched before he left.
Oh,
spawn,
they attempted
so
the double pyro defense, and that was heroic, but ultimately did not happen. And turn up back on Targe.
While we see Highlander fighting for this, they're not getting in the flow of things, and Poops is just controlling this match right now. They got pushed back temporarily, but then a full team wipe, or at least close enough to one, gave them back midpoint and allowed them to continue pushing.
Now, I wonder here, Pyroon and Argon, whether they can switch to different classes, because I don't know what else Pyroon can play.
Which, as we said, that doesn't really fit in with what we're going to see as the new meta, which is going to be a lot of off-classing. So for Pyroon to be stuck on a certain class...
Yeah, I mean, Pyroon is a beast as Pyro, but it's just that in this match that Pyro is just not going to be as effective, just given the amount of height that other people are going to get here, with the soldiers and scouts just jumping all over the place, and the demo being effectively immune to fire.
Oh, that's Lovey Dirt falling to his death. That was their remaining player.
Poop's gonna grab mid here, and they're having a very strong presence And Turnip showing his experience and his ability to adapt very well as the Demo Man. I guess he didn't really like the Scottish Resistance last match. He's going to go rushing in, forces the pop with his charge, and they're going to have a little battle here. Pyroon does go down, Luke getting disconnected. And Big jumps in, does take out the medic, and the Uber fades, but they're going to get this point anyways. And 3 people down. I wonder if... No, respawn times does get changed for Neff there.
Oh.
And Turnip is going to be on the point. Soldier comes to support him. Pyroon is going to be up here. He might be Hero Pyro here. Yeah, buys enough time for everybody to settle down, but the medic does get away. Pecan gets away with half health.
And Argon actually couldn't spawn in time, so he is behind on charge to Pecan. That being said, Poop's getting pushed back. They're down 4 players. On second, we still have Zabka fighting for control, and Pecan's already left. He's out of there.
Yeah, well, Pecan's going to try to find somebody better to pocket, and Zabka is just mainly here to stall out time so that they can get set up if the situation...
too.
Yeah, well, it looks like he by himself is enough to deter the entire team from making a dedicated push. I think the other team were... low on info. They didn't know where the other team was situated, and now the entire Poops team is on second point, and basically any opportunities for Highlander to push out onto the second point has been removed. Zabka is going to make a good approach. Does see the stickies being set. There is sticky bombs on the map right now. There is a trap. So it looks like Bino went back to demo and is willing to set some traps at some places here.
Well, again, it's not a matter of removing the weapon from gameplay. It's more a matter of just not it being your primary weapon. And this is what it's trying to promote, is sticky traps.
Yeah. So very good sticky, very common place to be behind the stuff. The crates there on the mid door, which is usually where people approach. I think Sales saw the stickies there, and Bino is going to pop them. Oh, Skell comes in behind, takes out Bino right away. 2 down on both sides, but respawns are going to be a little bit slower for Highlander because they are on last defense. There's a sniper on the field. It's Levy Dirt.
Well, it's relevant to remember that Turnup can't really get to the fight very rapidly anyway, so Bino is actually closer.
Levy's going to rotate to window here. And
Uber gets popped.
Oh, he's right behind everybody. He's going to try to get hide. Oh, but the Skell finds
Uber,
him.
Actually. The Ubers are kind of awkwardly staring at each other on the point. Looks like Reds is going to run out first, but
Pecan
is capitalize on that.
Precariously positioned, but no jumps coming down on him.
No, he's going to be all
right.
right.
Wow, he's gung-ho.
Oh.
Wow.
Turnup going to go over to Huntsman Sniper and says hi to that Solly's head.
Yeah, interesting. Deciding that the damage output is just not enough at this point with the nerf. He's not going to be able to defend the medic here. Oh, just too late. Levy Dirt does get the pick on Pecan, and that's going to delay this push very long time.
And we see some more poop calls coming out from Team Poop.
Pyroon trying to do some work, but it's not going to happen. He switched over to Power Jack, do note. Decided that the extinguisher definitely was not worth it.
Well, not anymore when people are going to be staring at you aggressively. And you don't have the speed of scouts, so you can't juke people and try to get behind them still. So unless you're ambushing people, which is still Pyro's original role, then you're not going to be getting the full damage. It's still a mini crit, it's just not a full crit.
Yeah, Turnup's trying to activate Luxman here, just spamming arrows down the door. Oh, it does get hit Pyroon in the foot, takes him down below half. And he's going to start looking to spam across the yard here. Ooh, barely misses the medic. Bunch of spam coming his way from the form of rollers and spam rockets. Turnup's just looking for a pick here. Uber is ready on blue side for the defense. Uber almost ready for Poops. Yeah, Turnip is free to spam arrows right now, which is the fault of Highlander. They are not pressuring him hard enough.
Highlander's just not feeling like a very in-sync team right now. They're pushing in one direction.
Levy Dirt does get the pick on Turnip.
And meanwhile, in the other direction, they're all watching the other door.
The pick on Turnip actually might benefit Poops here, because Turnip now has an easy opportunity to switch back to demo and come on in.
Yeah, they're going to lose Neff and Pizza Guy in that exchange, too.
Decides to come back as Sniper, though. Interesting. Poop Troll does go down. They're going to pop the Uber here. Decided that 3 down is a good time. Reflex, though, from Pyroon is going to keep the medic went in. The winning medic going crazy. PK, what are you doing?
He's dying.
Turnip is back, but it's only him and the scout right now. 2 scouts to watch the
pick
point.
on Lovey Derp.
Oh,
Lovey
nice.
actually did a pretty good job. He was screening for his medic there, watching for those arrows, and indeed he did take an arrow for his medic.
He just walks right in front of it like, Mr. President.
I think that's about the equivalent of what he was doing, actually. But that does mean that Argon's going to have an uber advantage for the next few moments, and that's going to give Highlander at least the advantage they need. Hopefully they can push in. They are going to take the connection right now.
Yeah, but their medic is down, so they're not going to be able to push
Argon
with
did
it.
just drop. Yeah, Zapka with a big pick there.
In fact, the team is going to jump here. They're going to try to get some damage and some kills.
With the medic gone, they're just going to push for it. It's
PK just runs in there.
That's
That's not what they should have done. They definitely should have gone for the kills for sure, but they need to keep their medic alive and build a second Uber. That was not a really good push in their mind.
Argon's alive, but he's not finding anyone. Poopacan's up, and they're going to charge at exactly the same time because Argon couldn't find anyone.
Yeah, Turnip trying to cover this point, but without stickies is really hard. He's got to charge and charge, get up the health pack. He goes, yoink, this is mine now. But the scout comes in, and that's going to be the end of his defense. Does buy a little bit of time. His team is now positioned up in the mid. No, actually, they're not. Just kidding. Where the heck are they? They're in Saw Room.
Apparently Asher is in the server.
Ah. What?
In any case, BioSync did switch back to stickies again, so I'd be interested to see where his sticky traps are going to be.
I think Asher just like, hey, these guys are playing a game. I'm just going to join them.
No, I gave him the wrong address. My bad.
You are bad.
I am
The worst.
We do actually have a sticky
Bad.
trap in the connection between second and mid here, so a very strong play from BioSync. Now that they're not expecting sticky traps, this might actually be really powerful.
Yeah. Stickies can be useful, but again, it's a slower form of play, unfortunately, and TF2 has traditionally, in 6s anyways, been very, very fast-paced, all about pushing and pulling. And sticky traps are kind of like sentry guns, where if you can't move them, it's going to be not as fun. Oh, pop it! Just missed.
A little bit too late on that pop. Scout was able to get around the corner. And in this case, already Turnip had spotted that sticky trap. I think the Scout was trying to bait it out in any case. I agree that in this case, because the gameplay has always been fast, one asset that the sticky bomb now provides is it works to slow gameplay
the
down.
Saw Room.
If they make it obvious that there's a sticky trap there, the enemy team might be more hesitant to advance through that position.
Oh, Argon goes up down immediately as soon as the Uber fades, and Highlander was
Pyro's
looking
trying
to
to
do
pull
it.
things up,
But they couldn't even it up. They were looking to do it, but I think Neff got distracted as soon as Argon was being hit, and Poop's gonna grab this second point back handily.
So, Rotan, are you saying you want Quake Live style gameplay? That type of pace?
Alright, big jumps in here. Wow, they're going to grab this point. Only Pyroon is going to try to save the day, though. Oh, does get the air blast. Demo goes down, but bunch of kills going to result in a third round. Poop's just pooping all over Highlander right now.
I mean, we haven't seen a single engineer as of yet, so this hasn't gotten nearly as stalemate as it could have gotten, especially now that sticky bombs have been nerfed and don't deal as much damage to sentries.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see a level 3 come up on final if that ever happens. More likely than not, we might see some minis coming up in the next couple of games as teams are going to try to experiment. Like, this would be the time for teams to scrim, I suppose, just to see what works and what doesn't work against other people. Yeah, I think ramp-ups will...
The thing is having to leave your stickies down for that little extra time gives the enemy team more time to say, oh shit, there's a demo, kill him!
And also gives the engineer time to shoot it away as well.
Or just pick up a sentry
Because
and run like hell.
it would take, what now, like 5 stickies? I guess it's still 3 stickies if you let them ramp up, but you have to spam quite a few.
Yeah, it's fair to say that soldiers' rockets are probably going to be better at killing sentries now than demos.
So for those of you guys who don't know, POOPS stands for Petro's Overtly Overpowered something? I can't remember.
Posse?
So I don't remember what it was.
Petrol's overtly overpowered squad.
Ah, yeah. PCAM managing to stay alive in this exchange here, but the mid is currently being capped. They are going to pressure the capper, Pizza Guy, who has been left alone by his team. Kind of a staggered wipe there as the rest of the team stays back, and congratulations to who the hell that was.
Who just received a golden frying pan.
Wait, is that a thing right now?
Done.
It hasn't stopped being a thing.
Golden frying pan?
Been a thing since
A
2
while.
cities.
Oh. Shows what I know. I've just been ignoring it, assuming they were all wedding rings.
First one sold for like 5,000.
Wow.
Go figure.
Poops making an approach here from long, and gaining a little bit of ground. Pyroon's trying to do his best, reflecting some scout work coming down, but Pocket goes down.
Oh, big jump in by Sales here, trying to get some kills.
Yeah, it does pick up on Levy Dirt, but he's going to get sent away. And Argon has backed off into the lobby to get to stay alive here. Medic,
Yeah, Poop lost both of their scouts there along with Sales, but Binosing does just drop to Turnip,
PCAM
though.
does have the Uber ready, so as long as he stays alive, they can probably make a attempt at the last point once everybody's ready here.
Both sides have got it. Argon backed up, so...
Yeah, Levy Derp has come back as heavy. Pyroon is still hurt as Pyro. Where is he?
And Levy's already
There he is.
powered up here, so he's in a strong position.
No, he has to actually start firing, right? Or is it just revving up to get the ramp up in damage?
It's
Yeah.
firing, okay.
So you have to fire. You can't just spin. Pyroon actually getting... Wow. Oh, it does get the extinguisher. Nicely done. It's kind of cool. He got whipped from his teammate and they got to get the speed. Sales gets a second kill here, and... Yeah, it takes
No,
out
it's
two
only
people.
a second.
Yeah, but this is a good time to push with their Uber. 2 down? Do you have time? But they're way out of position, so they're going to have to take a while here. Spy coming in. Does anybody notice? And the butt stab. Oh my goodness. Turnip going Spy. Nobody notices him. Are you kidding me?
The Poop
Oh,
hip
and he is
spy
DRing.
backstabbing
He's
people.
DRing. Easy mode engaged.
Oh,
they
he's-
have to... Oh my god, he got the medic!
Stab.
Oh, and he picks up Neff as well. What's up, son? The rest of the
That's a
team comes on
massive
in.
Misplay. That is such a massive misplay from
Spy
them.
is the new meta. Oh my gosh, and Poop's gonna take the 4th round in a row and force halftime. Poop in the butt. Poop Spy in the butt. What?
I mean, that was seriously just a massive misplay there from Highlander to not hear that Dead Ringer on Cloak.
They must have been communicating, who knows. Sometimes when somebody's talking or whatever.
Even then,
Yeah,
the
I don't
spy
know.
just went down like that. You should know that he dead wrong. You should know he'd still be around. And they... I
He
don't know.
did take quite a bit of splash, so it's hard to say what took him out. But still, yeah, that was pretty amazing. Pretty clutch.
Their name is Highlander. They should know the spies.
Yes.
This is
Well,
valid.
the worst part was Levy Derp not spy checking when the guy ran in. I don't know. I mean, he didn't really need to conserve 200 bullets, and it was very suspicious to see the guy run back in and there's no communication about it, which kind of signifies that maybe communication's a little bit quiet on their end.
Run backwards when in doubt. Honestly, pro tip there, if you want to blend in a spy, just crouch jump backwards. No one ever spy checks you.
Peter wants to go back to the old meta. I don't like new meta. It's scary and strange. It's
Well,
like
get used to it.
it's
As
like
well.
that scene in A Quest for the Holy Grail Monty Python, where they like, let's not go to Camelot. It's a very silly place.
Yes. Yeah, we can expect this meta
It's a
to
very
stay
silly
around
new
for probably about a week or two before Valve either undoes it or doesn't care.
Well, I think people will slowly make the adaptation. I mean, the question is right now is whether demo is still worth playing, and whether another class might be able to take its place. I think double scale, double soldier is still going to be a thing, and medic obviously still going to be a thing. But the question is what that
Chop the
sixth
medic.
slot will be. I mean, whether it might be Pyro, which with his a little bit extra speed, maybe Whip Heavy just for a little bit more damage and damage soaking, maybe even Engineer just for some fancy dancy stuff. Probably not Engineer though, or maybe Spy just randomly every now and then just to grab picks. But
So
yeah,
what
we
you're
might
saying
see more
is we
utility
can expect
class.
more off-classing.
Well, no, it's more experimentation just to see what it's gonna work with the team. You know, when you have double scout, double soldier, like what kind of things will give you a good, relatively good response to them? You know, that kind of stuff. And with demo stickies being nerfed, what kind of stuff can you expect from that as well?
Base jumper gunboats. Unfortunately, base jumper obviously banned in 6v6 in Highlander because no one's had time to test it, and even then, Highlander and 6v6 are scared to try new things.
But yeah, I think heavy for DSGL might be the way to go, replacing the demo slot for now. Who knows?
Heavy for DSGL, but we had already implemented that, I thought.
Yes, but that would actually make 4Val's team much stronger. I think Team Hacks. No doubt right now Highlander is trying to talk things out and trying to figure out where they want people to go. They're gonna put Pizza Guy on on Sniper, and I think that actually is a very strong move. It leaves room for Pyroon to take a scout route. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna follow Pizza Guy and see how things go. He is running the Luxman here, and let's see if he can get some things going. Welcome to new meta.
Yeah, going into this, I don't think I even need to cover what the stats look like. It's pretty much poops across the board, and one of the keynotes I want to make here is that the two soldiers for Poop are absolutely dominating the two other soldiers from Highlander. Their KDAs are just completely different.
Oh my gosh.
2.5 and 4 for Poops compared to 1.3 and 1.5 for Highlander.
Is there nothing scarier than hearing your teammates shout, "Pizza Guy's playing Sniper"? He does pick up 2 kills in that mid fight, but unfortunately the rest of the team went down. They lost the mid, and right now Zapka is going to be trying to get cap time on second point here. Scout trying to cover some stuff. Levy does defend for a little bit, gets kills on Pecan, so medic down for the team. They're going to get this point, but they're not going to be able to push into final. Argon does have a full charge, and I wonder if they're going to poke here. I wonder. Oh, here, yeah, they're gonna make the full push here with the Uber run. They just have to be mindful. I think one person is watching the back here. Oh, demo on demo, demo on demo on the last point here. Oh, there you go. They do get the kill, but in the meanwhile, they haven't been able to cap second point just because they were split pushing.
And in the meantime, Argon did actually get himself in a very bad situation, and if Pocket had chosen to reinforce him, then it would have been a dead Argon. And in this case, it was just Pocket not chasing that didn't end up with a kill.
It wasn't a push, it was forced. Okay, so they try to make something happen, but at the very least, Argon did stay alive, and both teams are going to be building relatively quickly here. It looks like Poops wants to make a really fast push here. Boston Basher is out here to get the charge up faster for their team.
Yeah, they're going to know that the charges are going to be fairly equivalent, so they're going to use that Boston Basher to great extent here.
Turnip is really good at getting
40%.
his team to push at right as soon as they get this Uber, so we might see them position themselves. Oh, they do have the Uber now.
Turnip, whip the team. They only have about 10 seconds to make this push.
Yeah, no, they're not positioned for this, so it's not going to happen.
Now, the window a little too small, and yeah, it just looks like Poops
Turnip
wasn't
is
in
here
position
now, so
for
he
it.
might be going for a pick as a sniper. So you can try and
rock the vote, Forval. Yes, rock the vote.
Turnip's gonna go. Yeah.
Oh, whoops! I was using my scroll wheel.
Roll the dice. So
One down, push.
2 down for Poops right now.
It's only a scout and a sniper. You don't need them.
Yeah, they can't really push against this.
Apparently, attrition silently screaming at them right now.
Do something! Picks up the phone. Do something! This is like the scene in Spaceballs.
That being said,
So
this is an interesting new change to the meta. Beforehand, I don't think you'd see quite as much of this stalemate as we'd be seeing right now, especially with 100% Uber on both sides. But to be fair, the last match we did see was Hack, where they were running Quick Fix 99% of the time, and therefore pushing into Final was a free thing that you would want to do at all times.
Levy Derp switched over to Sniper now, and Pizza is actually playing Demo Knight, which is something he plays on pub a lot. So we can expect him to do actually some decent work like this. Something that is definitely right up his alley. Highlander making the very cautious approach. They're going to gain control of the lobby here. Oh, some rollers almost takes out Turnip there. But he gets some heals, Love, and he's going to be just fine. Pyroon does get a kill on Zapka, but he's pretty lit, so he might not be able to get back here, but he does, and he's fine. Pizza Guy did get body shotted a little bit, and it's going to rotate over.
They're still down 1 for Poop. Now just respawning is going to be Zapka.
Zapka
throughout the match has been a great influence for Poop, but he's been dying a lot trying to push on to this final point.
I think he's just poking, trying to see if he can get a pick or something. I think right now Turnip might want to try to extend a little bit, get a pick, and if he goes down, come back as Spy, just like last time.
He is using the upper hand, looking for whatever picks he can find.
Yeah, because if he can get a pick right now as a sniper, then they can push off of that.
And it looks like a counter sniper comes out, Levy Derp for Highlander here.
Oh, it gets Poop Troll.
We might see some sniper on sniper action in this game, which is an unusual thing to say in sixes.
2 down. I don't know, sometimes you'll see a sniper switch over to sniper, especially on last defense, just to take care of opposing snipers before making push. But wow, Levy Derp is way forward here, and he's going to go down as a consequence. 20-second respawn.
Ooh, we see Turnip switch over to Heavy, actually.
Yeah, Heavy with the Uber might do a lot here. If he can actually make the approach. If he gets a whip and moving in, that might be pretty good. Pyroon behind everybody in the kitchen right now. It's going to encounter Brass Beast Heavy. At the very least, Pyroon has acquired some very valuable intel for his team. So
yeah, it's great that they know that Turnip's coming. Levy Derp's still on sniper here.
Not only arriving, but he's got the Brass
Spy come
Beast.
out on Neff.
Oh, he's going to probably try to pick Heavy right now. Especially since his Brass Beast Heavy is going to move a little bit slower, especially when revved up.
Medic or Heavy for that matter. Either or is a great pick here for Highlander.
Well, I think with the call out from Pyroon that they are running Heavy, he's probably out to get the Heavy as a Spy. I doubt he's really going for anything else. Why the hell Brass Beast? Maybe something to mitigate the damage fall off? I don't really know. Neff is a little bit hesitant here. He is not running the Cloak and Dagger, so he's got the regular Inviswatch. He has to get ammo. He's gonna get an approach here. He's got a good angle. Scout doesn't call him out. He's try to retaliate with some Spy action here. Gets the medic.
Neff
gets the
medic
soldier.
And nice picks there by Neff.
And gets out of there alive. He's gonna go and switch classes immediately. Yes? No, stays at Spy. Oh, I would have switched right then. But he's gonna go back out because Turnip is still alive, so he still has a chance to take care of the Heavy.
As an interesting note, Neff disguised as a sniper, a class that was no longer in use on Poop, and no one batted an eyelash.
Nice kill. Now they need to get the push here. There's nobody watching second. Respawn's just coming in right now.
It is a Solly on second. That is, of course, going to be
Oh,
Bino.
no more ammo. Uber is popped onto Bino here just to keep him alive. Soldiers are forced to back out here from that pressure.
To answer the question of why I think Neff didn't stab Turnip, in this case, it's more or less snap decision-making as a Spy, trying to place survivability against getting a kill. And I don't even know if he actually looked at Turnip and saw his health, but he saw that there was a person there and said, I am getting out of here now.
Alright, he's gonna... Neff is, once again, probably really wishing he had the... he had the Cloak and Dagger at this point right now. Oh, Soldier's gonna find him and maybe call out his costume. He's disguised as Soldier here. It's gonna start swiping.
Stab, and he gets Turnip.
Butter knife.
That's another important pick though by Neff. He's still, just getting picks.
Yeah, he's getting some kills. At the very least, he has information about his opponent's health, which is pretty big.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And as we can see, the gameplay has slowed down quite a bit. So I wouldn't disagree that a Cloak and Dagger would be a bad idea here. What I would say is that Inviswatch is allowing him to move more effectively. It's allowing him to move rapidly.
Stabs a little bit too early on the medic. Just a little bit of a whiff. And the scout takes him down immediately. The rest of his team is going to come out a little bit. Pizza Guy trying to make something happen with a charging charge. Does get half damage onto Petro, but he gets blasted away from everybody. Similar try to reply here, but Ubers are traded here. Argon would be probably wise to back out of here. This is a losing engagement. Pyro coming out to air blast people, keep them away from the combo.
Pocket goes down.
Yeah. Kills going in favor of Highlander here, but their teammates are bleeding, so they're not going to be able to do that much, and they're going to back up here. A little bit of back cap going on from the soldier.
Which, by the way, Nev did stay as Spy when he came back up.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a very unusual team for Highlander here. They're
well, I
running
mean,
a
Neff
Pyro,
normally plays
Demo, and Double Solly now. Spy.
Neff normally plays soldier, and with Levy Durban Bino taking over soldier duty, I guess the only other class he wants to play right now is Spy.
Absolutely. I agree, Hydration, that for Highlander it is completely normal, but for Sixes, obviously, that's a different story.
Yeah. But I'm saying that his main class is soldier, and with the rest of his teammates wanting to take that soldier slot away from him, then he is stuck playing... Oh, he keeps disguising as a sniper.
That's simply not going to work out for him here. He'd be better off disguising, I mean, Scout even.
Yeah. Scout or Demo.
Demo, most
Turnip
likely, yes.
overextended a little bit. Gets taken out. Oh, Scout gonna go. Oh no, never mind. Zapcut does get the kill on Levy while being juggled. Uber touching each other awkwardly right now. Being flashed around. It's gonna fade for Highlander first, and Highlander once again forced to retreat. Poops very, very patiently just waiting this out. I think they know that they're in the winning position. They actually might be playing till halftime here.
Yeah, and in this case, we are going to see Zabka and Pocket being more or less the suicide classes here.
They might play for the whole half, yeah, the whole 20 minutes. Because they are in dominant position with 4-0 right now, they can afford to just wait out the time. And basically the pressure, the ball is in Highlander's court to do something. And with they do something risky, and if that fails, then Poop has a chance to push in and capitalize on that. And if it doesn't fail, then Poops has, 2 other points to try to rally up a defense. And then if that fails, then they have 3 more games to stall out as well. So
it's interesting that stickies would actually that having no stickies promotes slower gameplay than having stickies.
Not necessarily the case. I think it's just a situation that Poops find themselves in right now. It's just wiser for them to stall things out rather than try to force something to happen. If the game is a little bit more even, or if Poops was behind, we'll probably see a little bit more aggressive play coming in from Poops. And I think, given the history so far of this match, if Poops was to act even a little bit aggressively, they'll probably win the round straight out. Uber coming out right now, and Pecan is going to hold, and he's going to pop right now. Just dance around in the middle, finds a soldier to heal, and yeah, just like that, Highlander pushing out a little bit hard. They're going to lose a good number of their teams, and only 1 down for Poops. This might be a time for them to pop in.
Yeah, he has to get out. He gets out of it. Pocket commits suicide. And I agree completely. I was just answering a question from chat in this case.
Oh.
Well, okay.
Hey!
Spoilers!
Spoilers! I guess they won in that minute that we did not get to see.
So that means Highlander overextended, got wiped, and then Poops just rushed their final point and won.
Indeed. Okay, well then. Reminder to teams in the future, please stay on the server for an extra 2 minutes afterwards so that we can, those of us spectating can actually watch the entire match. That would be very much appreciated. So thoughts on the game there?
What? So, I mean, I think it's safe to say that if Highlander hadn't thrown themselves into a grinder and died like that, their Poops would have just delayed for the next 20 minutes. I mean, they had 4 rounds that they could have lost before they had to care, so...
Right, exactly. So it was definitely the advantage for Poops all the way, and I think at that situation they had pretty much the win in hand. They just needed to execute that. And I think it took a while for Highlander to realize, like, oh, we actually have to make something happen, guys. And then at that point, they did try to make something happen. It didn't, and that ended up with the game for them. Unfortunately, They did pretty well, though. I think putting Pizza Guy on demo night at the end was probably working a little bit better for them. Wow. That construction.
Yep.
Anyways, guys.
Oh,
I don't
We
know.
have
blind,
peoples
sorry.
here. Do we want to ask questions of people since we have
I'm still
hostages?
passing on that for now. If you want to go ahead.
Well, I think we have a very easy question that we can ask to Turnup and BinoSync, and we do have Turnup here. Turnup, how do you like the new meta?
Rip TF2.
Rip TF2.
Seriously, like it's fun to charge, and I got some hilarious kills and stuff. But like, I don't know. I just don't want to play a demo where I can't get top damage.
That was slow as shit, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, like we can't get damage, so we can't push off damage. I don't
Is
know.
it just because you're something that you're used to, or do you think
Well-
you will be able to get used to this new meta?
Demo was
Mr.
the
Chair, you cut
offensive
out.
class previously,
Right.
aside from Scout, and now it's not able to be offensive. So I'm not really sure how to figure that out. It looks like in other games, like people who like the open finals, people who played demo had shit damage. So I opted to run demo night and got pretty good damage, but not in the second half.
You know, but when you're picking classes, demo is listed under defense.
It is, but you know what else is listed under defense? Engineer, and he has mini sentries and all sorts of random craziness.
No,
Pyro's
I
listed
do
as
agree.
offensive somehow.
Yeah, maybe we'll see pyro buffs in the future. Maybe.
God, I hope not.
Pyro got nerfed. So
Armored Pyro.
Armored
Demo is
pyro.
now the class you play.
Pyro
off
with
class.
cloak or bonk would be awesome.
Clearly the answer to
Jeez.
demo, though, is to run the parachute, because apparently it's demo equipable. And it replaces sticks, I do believe.
So how do you jump in the
correct?
air?
it replaces
No, I
grenade
think
launcher.
it's grenade launcher.
Oh, never mind. I take it back. That's uselesser. Uselesser? More useless. Parachute Scottish Resistance. Which I did run at one point.
I did. Yeah, we saw that. How did you feel about the Scottish Resistance? Would you do it again?
No. I was going to just use it when we were defending, but we weren't defending very much, luckily.
Would you play demo at all again?
Oh yeah, Charge is hilarious, and I got a lot of pipe kills and stuff. Like, I top damaged. Almost got 400 DPM with Demo Night first half, so it is what it is.
The real answer is just land more air pipes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got a
get
few.
good, scrub.
Crushed
Gunshot
Levi
Bride.
a couple times on mid. But no, it's definitely a worse game all of a sudden.
Anything else, Panks?
Not really. I mean, that was the big question on my mind was meta change, obviously, because that affects not only this game, it affects everyone in the tournament.
yeah, for
and
sure.
Scouts
everyone
should
in
love
pub.
it though.
Yeah, well, especially since DSGL, all the teams were built around specific players playing as demos, so that's going to be a big difference. Anyways,
I think I just want to add one comment to this, and that's that please don't overreact. This change happened, 3 hours ago. Well, 4 hours ago. And suddenly, fuck this game, fuck that, this game sucks, suddenly everything is horrible. For fuck's sakes, guys.
The game is dead.
Give
I'm
it
not
a
quitting,
week.
but
The game is dead.
I am saying
Game over,
legitimately,
man.
Actually,
Game
it is worse than it
over.
was 3 hours ago. Like, I don't think that's debatable. For competitive TF2, it's worse than it was 3 hours ago.
Wow, really?
anyways,
You've played for less than 1 day and
Awesome.
you can say that with
Yes.
such conviction.
Well,
Alpate's come
You have
together.
Demo Man
no
is no
idea.
longer a
People have,
thing.
like,
Give
people have
Demo
not
Man
had any
six,
time to
six
adapt
pipes
to
in
this
the clip
change.
again,
Oh, God.
and I think it'll be good.
yeah, maybe
yeah,
we'll see.
I'd be fine with 6 stickies if they didn't have the delay. Like, that'd be fine. But the
I
delay,
said
like,
6
you have to
pipes.
wait
6
2 seconds
pipes.
beforehand.
6
Oh,
pipes.
6 pipes.
Demo
would be
has
amazing.
been incredibly powerful for years, and everyone's used to it being so powerful. But there is a world where demos are less powerful and still useful.
Yeah, but
You're
that
right.
world
It's a world where
sucks.
scouts are incredibly powerful.
It
I'm
is a
just
world
saying,
where
you
scouts are
haven't-
incredibly powerful.
None of us have had the time to see what happens and how people adapt.
I'd also like to point out that scouts were not the top damage dealers in that last match.
Pray
It was
tell,
still
soldiers.
It was still a demo man, actually.
No, I only top damaged the first half.
Pizza guy.
Medic
Oh,
took 19.
okay.
but
but
Pizza
Pizza
Guy
Guy
was
was on
playing
every
soldier
class.
and sniper.
Yeah, Pizza guy was on every class. This is true. He was primarily demo man, according to Sizzly stats.
But Zabko was top damage on our team, and he's
Yeah, this
the
is true.
best scout on our team, so it's not surprising that he did that much work when there's
Scoot,
nothing
scoot.
to oppose him.
He did get 19 kills as well.
All right, well,
Basically, if Cat were in this league, he would suddenly be
God tier.
undeniably god tier. Although Zambler on scout probably will be as well.
All right. Well, anyways, tune back in tomorrow, 8 p.m., when we'll watch Teamwork and Vag try to handle the new meta as well on CP Snakewater. Till then, guys, thank you for watching. Bye now.